introduction about it. It is an event for sales and marketing professionals wherein every alternate week we come together and have a discussion around the sales topic and how to implement it in our work or business for better results. Our objective behind this event is not sales, but to educate people as most of us leave behind education after college. And we tend to forget that it is necessary to learn something new every day. And that's exactly what we are going to do today. But before we begin with the event, let me give you a quick introduction about our company, HCRM, designated as India's most promising CRM tool created for the salespeople by the salespeople. Its AI-driven cloud-based technology and simplicity in UI have always helped organizations to enhance their sales process by over 35%. Its analytical tools and features always gives a real-time value of your business, giving you ample time to play with your sales strategies. HCRM solutions are already creating a boom in the market since 2019. Already acquiring global markets and serving major industries, it has been renowned with 7 plus awards. Exciting enough, book your free trial of HCRM today. Visit the link in the chat box to book your free demo. I would now like to introduce to everyone the speaker of today's webinar, Mr. Monish Nair, an SME sales and business growth coach. He is an expert in sales coaching and reviews. He personally coaches sales teams in implementation of sales strategies. Mr. Nair is the founder of Maple Dreams, a sales coaching company. He has since then engaged more than 7,000 plus professionals and entrepreneurs in sales moments. He has worked with some of the India's top 100 awarded MSMEs. I would now like to hand over the stage to Mr. Monish. Over.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me. If yes, give me a yes in the chat box. I want the chat box on a fire right now. Can I see yes from you? All right, fantastic. Mr. Vivekanand says yes. Anil says yes. Nikhil, yes. Arun, yes. Fantastic. I want everybody to participate today evening. I want all of you to be absolutely active in your learning mode. I hope you have your notepads with you. The next 45 minutes are going to be really, as promised, magical for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, I'm going to introduce myself. I help small businesses become big. My only purpose in life is to help sales professionals achieve their goals. And I do that through training, coaching, reviews, and monitoring. I'm going to jump to the session quickly. But before that, let us all thank HCRM for creating this wonderful opportunity for all of us to learn. The fact that all of you are here on time shows that you are success minded, and it shows that there is a lot that you want to achieve. So let us all put in the chat box a big thank you to HCRM. Please go ahead. Go ahead. Let's show our gratitude to the company that has organized this. Thank you. Thank you so much, HCRM. Yes, Mr. Karthikeyan says yes. Can I see more thank yous? Let's show gratitude. Gratitude is the right attitude. All right, fantastic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to also request you to put in what business are you from. It gives me an idea of whom I am talking to. This definitely, there will be a Q&A at the end of the session, but I would like to know what business are you into? What do you really sell? Who are your target audience? So just quickly, what business are you into? Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please. Software. Mr. Anil Singh says software. Fantastic. Go ahead. Go ahead. I want to see some action here. I want you to LED displays. Fantastic. All right. All right. All right. BFSI. Okay. 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 Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ulraj Electronics. Okay. Consulting on strategy, society management. Wow. We have a whole range of service providers and manufacturers here. Fantastic. Fantastic. Software and hardware. Awesome. Awesome. Keep putting your businesses here as people join in. I would, oh, there's Anil from wedding photography. Fantastic. A lot of creative people. Let me quickly start this session. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been in the sales and consulting business for the last 17 years. In the last 17 years, I have been very fortunate to be working with some of the best CEOs, best sales heads, best sales professionals across industries, be it manufacturing, be it retail, be it service. I've been extremely fortunate to be trained, to be guided, to be working under some of the best sales leaders. And that is something that I bring to you today, this evening. I'm going to bring to you today, this evening, the science of consultative selling that has helped me and helped me coach my customers achieve their business and personal goals. So whatever business you are into, let me tell you one thing that I've learned from all these gurus is, if you have focus, you can achieve anything in life. I want you to write focus in the chat box. Go ahead and hit the chat box with a word called focus. You can focus on your goals, you can focus on your targets, you can focus on your customer base, you can focus on anything that you want. It could be your dream life, your dream house, and you can achieve it. The one word that all these gurus have taught me is, if you focus on it, if you conceive it, if you believe in it, you can achieve anything in life. And sales is for success minded people. Sales is for ambitious people. Sales is for people who are hungry to achieve something and do something extraordinary in life. So if you have that hunger as a business owner or a sales guy, you can achieve anything if you just focus on the right things. My favorite author, Mr. Stephen Covey, says, keep the main thing the main thing. Okay, don't divert too much here and there. And that is what in the 21st century, with the IT taking over the world, with the information gateway opening up everybody's business to the world, the one thing that is going to rock your business and take your business to the next level is knowledge. We are in the knowledge economy. And as a sales guy, as a business owner, if you are focusing on more results to your customers through providing knowledge, through providing solutions, you are going to go to the next level. If you agree with me, say yes. If you agree with me, say yes. Say yes. Come on. Come on. Let me see who all are active here. All right, Mr. Ashwini. Thank you. He says yes. Yes. Mr. Amar says yes. Yes, Anil. Yes. 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 Can we hear yes? So the more we work towards the goals, the objectives of the people that we are serving, we will achieve our own goals. That is the funda. That is the secret in the 21st century. Now, let me tell you, I work with salespeople day in and day out. And the one common thing that we all realize after maybe 5-10 years of getting into our careers, most of us are in sales by accident. I'm sure you agree with me. मैंने किसी को देखा नहीं है बचपन में सोचते हुए कि मैं बड़ा होके एक दिन मैं सेल्समैन बनूंगा. Very rarely you will see people being ambitious about getting into sales. But knowingly, unknowingly, whether you are an IT guy, whether you are an electrical engineer or a mechanical engineer or a BCom, slowly, as you move ahead in the jobs that you are working in, slowly as you get more responsibilities, slowly as you start building businesses, you realize the technical part is one aspect, yes, but at the end of the day, you earn bread when you are selling. Sales is the engine of any business, and you only can grow a business if your concentration as an owner is on sales. If the sales guy in your company is focused more on customers, is focused more on outbound work, he's going to earn more bread. A salesman's job is one of the most noble jobs, I feel. An average salesman feeds about 100 people indirectly. It could include all the people that work in that company, their families, the vendors, their families. So a lot is riding on sales. And unfortunately, and I would say unfortunately, most of us are in sales by accident, not by choice. And we learn selling as we make mistakes, as we get certain successes. Do you agree with me? Say yes. Do you agree with me? Yeah, we learn through our mistakes. We learned sales through our customers. We learned sales through how they treated us. We learned sales when we lost orders. We learned sales when we were slapped by the customer, when we got those difficult situations. And that is what our real learning was. Most of us know what is sales. Most of us are very much aware with the process of sales. But the biggest problem in sales is Tell me, what is the biggest problem in sales? I want to hear you. I want to hear you out. Please write in the chat box. What is the biggest challenge in sales? Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll tell you my observation, of course. Please go ahead. Write down. What is that one thing that is the biggest challenge in sales? Go ahead, please. Come on. Let me see that chat. Client saying no. Yes. Rejection. Customer buy-in. Fantastic. Rejection. Convincing. All right. It is the same as maybe getting into falling in love and having the right partner, right? You need to propose and you get rejected. It all starts from there. All right. Customer retention, price, negotiation. Fantastic. All right. More negotiation, market instability. Mr. Sagar says market instability. Vinayak says leads. Anil says negotiation. Priya says closing is the biggest challenge. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Worldwide chip shortage. So material shortage, unknown domain for customers. Okay. Objections, customer trust. Awesome. Oh, all of you are very learned and very active. I can clearly see that you know what your problem is. That's price haggling. Fantastic. So I see where you're coming from. Let me tell you, there is a very clear reason why you are facing all these challenges. I'm sure you would be interested in knowing. According to me, the biggest problem in sales is not knowing the buying process. We all get trained about products. When we join a company, we get technically qualified, we get technically trained. But the biggest problem is we know the selling process, but we don't know the buying process. Unfortunately, our education system or the companies that we work in or the overall, the training industry itself does not teach people what is the psychology of buying. So on an average, a salesperson would go out and push products and sell, send quotations and expect customers to come back to them with a yes. And whenever there is a no or a rejection, I have seen salespeople get mentally disturbed. I have seen salespeople leave sales and get into something else. So the biggest challenge, according to me, is not knowing the buying process. There is a secret. ये एक छोटा सा गेम है. अगर आप अपने आप को कस्टमर के शूज में डालो, इट्स कॉल्ड एज एम्पथाइजिंग. अगर आप अपने आप को कस्टमर के शूज में डालो और उसके नजरिए से देखो, स्टार्ट लुकिंग एट थिंग्स फ्रॉम हिज पर्सपेक्टिव, you will automatically see why someone feels that your price is high, why someone feels that you are not giving them what they want, why they feel that you need to do better than what you are doing. And so they go ahead and buy from somebody else. So let me today share with you one of the most beautiful concepts that has helped me. We are all aware about this sales funnel. I'm sure you are aware about the sales funnel, where you get a prospect, it turns into a lead, you pitch your product, you qualify the customer, you send a proposal, you negotiate, you close, either the order is lost or won. But on the right side of the screen, you can see there is a beautiful process that the customer goes through. In his mind, he is talking to a stranger when you first interact with him. How do you befriend that guy? How do you befriend that prospect? How do you ensure that you come across as a trustworthy agent of solution and convert his curiosities, convert his doubts, convert his expectations, convert his requirements from awareness about you to considering you compared to the competition, to showing an intent, and finally giving you a decision? There is a psychological process that a buyer goes through. I'm going to share with you the difference. I'm going to share with you what the 95% of the economy, 95% of the salespeople end up doing, and what those 5% of the salespeople end up doing. Because we follow the routine, old traditional way of sales, I have seen companies lose customers. Most companies lose customers because 1% of their customers die, 3% close down, 5% are influenced by the industry trend कि चलो अभी ये product ज्यादा चल रहा है, आप ये खरीद लो. 9% are lured by competition, and 14% are dissatisfied with your product and service. So where is the balance? Where is the balance percentage of customers going? Why are you losing customers? The biggest reason, the number one reason why companies lose customers is because they say they are turned away by the attitude displayed on the part of the company employee. एटीट्यूड इज एवरीथिंग. आप अपने कस्टमर को कैसा फील कराते हैं? आपका सेल्स पर्सन जब कस्टमर से बात करता है, कस्टमर्स की इंटरनल डिजायर्स, इंटरनल नीड्स को बाहर निकलवा पाता है या ऊपर ऊपर से तैर के निकल जाता है? Most sales people I have seen are at the most trying to understand the requirement. Sir, आपका requirement क्या है? But how do you know the requirement is right? How do you know the requirement is apt for the customer? So we always talk about the difference between need and want, right? Want है कि मेरे को एप्पल फोन चाहिए, नीड है कि मुझे एक स्मार्टफोन चाहिए, बस. The want pushes the customer to buy something out of his pocket which may be expensive. आपका सेल्स पर्सन want और नीड में डिफरेंशिएट करवा पाता है कस्टमर को? आपका सेल्स पर्सन या आप एज अ सेल्स पर्सन अपने कस्टमर्स के माइंड के अंदर सिंक करते हैं, अंदर डाइव करते हैं और पूछते हैं कि एक्चुअली तेरा प्रॉब्लम क्या है? सो द प्रॉब्लम विद सेल्स पीपल इज दिस, एंड दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई यू आर फेसिंग प्राइस इश्यूज. This is the reason why you are facing all these issues. People tell me, customer feels my price is high, sir. Customer doesn't respond. He takes the quotation. जब तक quotation नहीं मिलता मुझे 20 बार फोन करता है. जैसे ही quotation आ गई मेरा फोन ब्लॉक कर देता है. Customer कहता है decision is on hold. ऐसे क्यों होता है? Somebody who is engaging with you so much, why does he suddenly go cold? Why does an order which was confirmed to come to you suddenly is lost? Yeah, I will try to balance between English and Hindi. I will make sure that I speak sentences in both the languages. We have audiences from all profiles. So surprisingly, I have seen customers telling me, I have seen salespeople telling me that I lose out my deals to competitors from one of my most favorite customers. They've been talking to me for the last 6 months, and suddenly I have lost the order. Why? Why the customer doesn't have confidence in you? Why? All these reasons, they come to me, okay? And I'll tell you the reason why. There are two kinds of sales people in B2B sales. Consultative selling is purely for B2B sales. It is a most effective weapon for high value sales. If you are selling a commodity, then probably consultative selling won't help. But the two kinds of salespeople there are that are already there in B2B sales, but they are operating in different ways, are number one called as product peddlers. What do product peddlers do? They just take a tokery of their products, go customer to customer and say, sir, this is my product, this is the feature, this is the different kinds of options we have. Sir, this is the price, this is the catalog, this is a brochure. Sir, may I know your requirement? Okay, sir, I think product one suits you. Sir, this is the price, this is the best price I can give you. Okay, sir, I'll give you discount. Can we close it today? So they are talking the same thing, taking the same product, presenting it the same way to everybody and anybody, irrespective of how critical, of how complex the product is, irrespective of understanding what the customer really wants. So this is the biggest problem, that we are in B2B sales, but operating like street product peddlers. And the biggest challenge is people don't teach them what is the alternative way, which is a consultative professional way of selling. See, what is consultative sales? It is nothing but putting yourself in the customer's shoe. It is nothing but becoming a consultant, becoming a problem solver mentally, getting into the depth of the psychology of your customer, getting into the depth of the situation of your customer, getting into the depth of the expectation of your customer, and helping the customer decide what is the best. You don't tell them what is the best, you help the customer decide what is the best by asking a lot of sequential relevant questions. So the art of consultative selling is all about asking damn good questions. Okay, it's all about asking damn good questions. It shouldn't be competitive. Customer ne objection diya, customer gives me an objection, I give a reply, he tells me your price is high, I say no sir, this is the best I have done. He says I'm getting cheaper from China, I'm getting cheaper from competition. You say no sir, their quality is bad, and it becomes a boxing fight. We have to stop doing that. We have to stop doing that and get into the business of being a collaborative supplier, a collaborative solution provider, a collaborative anchor to the customer's requirements. Okay, so stop fighting and become collaborative. So there are two kinds of salespeople: people who talk about I, me, myself, my company, my products, my USP. They just talk, 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 talk. Sir, we are ISO certified. We are 25 years old company. We have 6 branches, 10 offices. We have such a huge plant. We have a plant in Khopoli. We have a plant in Pune, one in Aurangabad. Sir, we have exporting to 50 other countries. Sir, our products are number one. Our company has been awarded by so many different kinds of agencies. It's only about I, me, myself. The customer doesn't care. All he wants to know is what's in it for me. मेरे को क्या फायदा है? What is the benefit of working with you for me? What is the benefit that you can differentiate compared to the competition? Do you really know what I want? Can you really solve my problem? And that is what a consultative seller does. He talks about the customer. Sir, sir, let us talk about your problem. Sir, let us talk about your goals, your ROI, return on investment. And he's a damn good listener. The best of consultative salesmen, they talk less, they ask extremely good prepared questions, and they shut up. And they listen and they note down, and they listen and they note down, and they listen and they note down. And finally, when they have the complete Kundali horoscope of the customer, when they have the complete idea what the customer really needs, then they come out with their solutions. That is the game. Do you find it interesting? Tell me yes in the comment box. Are you with me? Tell me yes in the comment box. I hope I'm not talking to myself. Tell me that you are there. All right. Yes, 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 yes. Fantastic, 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 guys. Love your energy. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll move ahead. This is the difference between traditional product-based selling and consultative selling approach. The emphasis in the product-based selling is only on products. They emphasize on features. They emphasize on price. They emphasize on availability. Sir, ये product अभी और सिर्फ 10 दिन available है, out of stock है, आप ले लो, अभी book कर लो. I don't care यार if it is out of stock for your company. I'll buy from somebody else. Why should I buy from you? Sir, हमारा price discount चल रहा है, आप ये scheme में खरीद लो. I don't care. I don't want it right now. I don't see a requirement right now. Why should I buy from you? Okay, so the product-based selling is all about push, push, push. The value is defined by the product, not the salesman and the process. Salesman brings very little value. Salesman A हो या salesman B हो, फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Product बिकती है, product को धक्का मारो. Salesperson sells more by working harder. The problem with product-based selling approach is you will be commoditized by the customer. You will be given a very hard time for your price. You will not get responses from the customer because, ladies and gentlemen, you have not differentiated yourself from the competition. There is no reason why I should work with you. As a customer, I don't find anything special about you. As a customer, I realize you are only interested in your target, your product, your sale, your profit, your margin. You don't care whether it is me or customer B. You just want to push your product to somebody because you have a target to achieve. And that's a wrong, outdated approach. If you want to make good margin, if you want to make good money, good profit, consultative selling is the approach, where the emphasis is on value creation. What can I do for my customer that nobody else is doing? What can I give him which is not given by any other competitor in the market? What can I do to really help him come out of his problem? How can I help him identify his real problems? How can I create more value? The customer tells me what the problem is. How can I create value for him? So the consultative salesperson creates value first, contributes first, and then expects returns. He gives suggestions first and then expects an order. Whereas a salesperson says, "आप order दो sir, बाद में हम देखेंगे." So the salesperson helps define the values and the benefits. The salesperson or the consultant here sells more by working smarter, by focusing on the right target audience, on the right customer profile. Who is my ideal customer? Everybody is not a prospect. For a product salesperson, everybody is a prospect. But for a consultative sales guy, he will know whom to attack and whom not to attack, whom to entertain and whom not to entertain, who is a long time customer, who is a future focused, future based customer, and who is a short term customer. He will strategize based on his long term, his business goals, and associate with companies and clients who will be regularly paying, giving you creative work, and giving you continuous business. And this he does by exploring opportunities. The product based salesperson waits for opportunities, he waits for inquiries, whereas a consultative selling customer, a salesperson would go to the customer, meet somebody who is an ideal client profile, ask a lot of questions, explore the opportunities, and create a mega opportunity for him to achieve his or her goals. All right. So the idea here is this: let's stop being product focused, price focused, feature focused, want focused, discount focused, and deadline focused. Nobody cares about your deadline. Nobody cares about your discount structure. People care about this. They care how can you solve my problem? How can you solve my pain points? Do you really know what I need, or are you going by what I want? Okay, it's a simple example. You go to a chemist and say, "I have headache." He will give you a Saridon without asking questions. Whereas a doctor will sit with you, diagnose, take tests, and finally spend that personal time with you and tell you what's wrong with you. All right. So that time and effort that goes into knowing you is what you pay him that extra money as a consulting fees for. So premium can be made only if there is personalization, if there is knowledge, and if there is an effort to understand the pain point and the need. Customers want to know whether you can help him achieve his goals, his business goals. He wants to know whether you can help him get the ROI, the return on investment, and finally, solution. So the biggest difference is, are you product focused? Are you solution focused? And if you can, through your consulting, questioning skills, every time you get an inquiry, don't go and jump into the inquiry saying, "Yes sir, kya requirement hai, kabhi chahiye, when do you want this? Okay sir, we have this price, I'll send you the quotation right away." Don't be in a hurry to give a quotation. A smart strategic salesperson would sit, analyze, research, and then get into a proper questionnaire, probing questions that helps him discover the customer's needs. He sits with the customer like a doctor, MD, not like a chemist who's giving medicines OTC. All right. So what is selling? Can you tell me in the chat box, ladies and gentlemen, what is selling according to you? What is selling according to you? Come on, tell me one word. What is selling according to you? What do you think is sales? Why are we in sales? What do you think is sales? What is sales? Come on, one word. What is sales according to you? Can I see the chat box on fire, please? What is sales according to you? One word. Give me wrong answers. It's okay. One word. Come on. Problem solver, helping, devise a solution. Fantastic, fantastic. All right, super. Value creator, transfer of feelings. Awesome. Meeting the requirements of the needy, unpeeling the onion. Interesting answers. Very, 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 very interesting answers. Awesome, awesome. So the traditional way of sales says sales is nothing but an act of selling a product or service in exchange for money or other compensation. My favorite, the Zig Ziglar, the greatest guru of sales, Sales is nothing but transfer of feelings. How you feel about your product, how you feel about your business, how you feel about the customer's pain points is what you will transfer, and he will transfer back to you. If you feel your product is expensive, you cannot sell the product. If you feel that your product is a substandard quality, you cannot sell the product. If you feel that your company is no good, you will translate that through your eyes, not even your words. Through your eyes, the customer will read your mind and not buy from you. So Zig Ziglar says you need to be highly excited about what you sell, have conviction in your solution, and present it with an complete attitude of solving the customer's problem. Sales is about building. See, it's building. It's not going to happen on its own. It's building lifetime profitable relationship. So it is not only a relationship to meet and have tea. It's a profitable relationship, and it is not a one-time relationship. It is a lifetime profitable relationship. How do I get into a lifetime for profitable relationship with my customers? I need to stop doing this. Inquiry, requirement, I give a quotation, then the customer negotiates, and finally we decide. We have to stop doing the traditional sales process and go into a much more sophisticated way of handling customers. Consultative selling is defined as putting your relationship with your customer first and stop worrying about selling the product. You can always sell the product. Once if you have created value, ladies and gentlemen, they keep coming back to you for more. They will buy more and plus give you more references. You can consistently upsell and cross sell once you have created that impact and value. So consultative selling means focusing on your customer, their needs, their biggest pain points before you even think about offering a solution to them. So what is the process? Please, this is the most important slide of today's session. The number one slide of today's session. You get an inquiry, don't jump and call the customer. Okay. Start researching them on LinkedIn, Facebook, website, zoba.com. Understand who are the directors, what is the turnover, what is the kind of company. There are sites like Insta Financials where you can. So this is for B2B, okay, high value sales. Research, even if you are a service provider, research through social media about the customer's lifestyle, customer's expectations, the company, the factories, the key people. The LinkedIn is a beautiful tool that tells you where they studied, where they work, what education qualification they have, what experience, who are the common people that you can connect through and create a reference. So research, read newspapers about them, read articles online about them to know whether these customers have got some kind of a funding. Study, research, homework, dig deep. That's the biggest step. So what I have seen as a sales coach is whenever you lose an order, it's because you didn't have enough information. You didn't have enough information about the company, about their budget, about the key people, about the authority, about the influence, about the decision makers, about the gatekeepers. You didn't have enough information about who could be your coach, who could be your supporter. You didn't study about the customer's immediate pain points. What was the last accident that happened? Probably why they have a new requirement. Maybe they got some new funding. Maybe they got a big order. Why you are getting an order? Study. What is their financial condition in the market? What is their financial credibility in the market? Do a lot of homework and then go and meet the customer. And the first thing that you need to do is talk about their business. Stop talking about your business. Sir, I have read about this. I have updated myself. I have gone through your website, and it is wonderful to know that you have so and so updates in your business. I would love to associate with you, sir. And then you start building credibility about yourself by telling how you have helped similar customers like them achieve their goals. So credibility building does not mean bragging about yourself. It means you tell them what are the good things, what are the great things that customers who are similar to them have achieved through you, how your products, solutions, services has helped similar clients achieve what their problems was and solved it. So once you create similar situation, case studies, stories, testimonial videos, articles, the customer starts believing you as a domain expert. Today, it is the information age, it is the content age. Content is king. If you are not creating video articles, if you're not creating infographics, if you're not creating case studies, if you're not getting video testimonials, you are not going to create any impact on the customer. Nobody likes to read anymore. Everybody wants to scroll their Facebook, Instagram, and watch videos on YouTube. Why can't they watch your videos, your products, your services, your customer testimonials? Build credibility first about who you are, and then the game starts. The biggest game of consultative selling is asking a lot of prepared, sequential, relevant to the customer, leading questions that help you find their real need. Sir, what are the challenges you are facing? Sir, why this requirement now? Sir, may I know what is your expectation? Sir, may I know by when you want to solve this? Sir, may I know who else will be involved in the decision-making process? Sir, may I know, is there a target price or a budget range that you're looking at? Sir, what would you not like to have? Sir, what upsets you? Get into the detail of the psychology of the stakeholders. If you are working with a big company, don't just do utak baitak, sit with one guy. Meet as many people as possible, as high in the company, as wide in the company. Make an impact with the technical guy, with the user, with the financial guy, with all the directors, with all the influencers. Try to keep prospecting before you meet, during you meet, and after you have met. Prospecting is nothing but gathering information, getting as much information as possible about the customer, his needs, his requirements, the key people, the budget, who are the competitors they are talking to. So you should have a coach, you should develop a coach, develop a supporter who will give you andar ka khabar, information about whom they are talking to, what are their decision making criteria, how are they planning to solve their problem. This will help you to get complete idea of what all surprises you will get at the end. If you have done enough research, if you have met the right people, if you have found all the reasons why an order will go, and then you identify, help the customer identify the number 3, number 2, number 1 problem they want to solve, then you have created value. If you can give them a unique solution right at the beginning, which they would have never thought about, you have created an impact. If you give them a creative idea about solving their issue, you have created value. Value is nothing but doing something to them without an expectation of return, and doing something for them which they never expected from you. Giving them a solution, giving them an idea, giving them information, sharing knowledge, which will help them improve their business, their situation, or their problem. So once the problem is identified, then you together build a solution. So now you are not in the boxing ring, you are helping each other, you are collaborating to build a solution. And when the customer participates in solution building, then you're not giving a quotation, you're giving a game plan. You're not giving a proposal, you're giving a game plan with option A, option B, option C. Now, I work with a lot of engineering companies. The one thing that I help them change in their thought process is, don't give the price unless the technical qualification is clearly done. तुम चाहिए तो technical quotation दे दो, finalize करो URS, finalize करो complete technical quotation को. Once they have pointed out this is what I need, then you give the price. पर कस्टमर तो बोलेगा नहीं नहीं जरा बॉल पार्क फिगर दो, राउंड फिगर दो, रेंज दे देना. Option A, option B, option C with some features, many features, and lot of features or full option. But do not give price in the beginning of the deal. Do not give price. कोई भी price पूछे तो बोल देना sir, I will tell you the price, but before that I need to know what your real problem is. Let me build a solution and let me assure you, whatever we quote will solve your problem. You please have trust in me, sir, and have faith in us, in our capability, because we have helped so many companies achieve their goals. Please help me to help you, sir, and don't rush into this. Usko shant karne ka thoda, you have to calm him down. All right. Help them together in finding the solution. And once there is an agreement, then the closure becomes easy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you follow this process, then nobody will come and tell you your price is high. It is a birthright of the customer to anyways haggle, anyways, ask you for a price discount. But if you come across as a domain expert, if you have invested time, energy, knowledge, helping the customer identify his problem, if you have invested time with all the key people, not only junior people, but even to the top, you have created an impact, then nobody will steal the order from you, and you will get the price at the value, at the margin that you want. This is, I am coming and telling you this live out of experience. I have seen customers struggle in getting the price. And with this method of consultative selling, we have actually been able to focus on the most valuable customers and discard all those customers who take quotation, waste time, and then don't buy from you. So it is very important that you become very prudent and you become very focused about who creates value for you. And in return, you have to start creating value. Are you with me? If yes, keep writing yes, keep writing yes, keep writing yes, keep writing yes. All right. All right. Now I will come to the most important one. This is what it is all about. This is what it is all about. Consultative sellers have a big why. Why are you in this business? I'm asking you. Please tell me. Don't tell me you're in this business for money, because we are all here for financial wealth, of course. But why are you in business? Tell me. Think about it and tell me. Why are you selling what you're selling? Why? What is your big why? I would request people to please participate. Beenal says, I am in this business for success and respect. Fantastic. Unique. What else? What else? Why are you in this business? To make a difference. Awesome. Solve other people's problems. Fantastic. Exactly. What else? Why are you doing what you are doing? Why do you sell what you sell? Provide unique experience. Awesome. Fantastic. Can I have more answers, please? Can I have more answers? Think about it. I know it's a big question. It's not an easy question to answer. और कुछ करने को नहीं था इसलिए धंधे में. You can say that also. Right? So the biggest reason why customers will buy from you is because of your why. If you, your business, your approach, your communication skills doesn't help the customer, doesn't contribute, doesn't value add, doesn't create value, doesn't help them solve their problems, then no matter how great your product is, no matter how good you are, no matter how educated, how awesome you are, how fantastic your softwares are, if you don't bring that human element of the why, and it has to be contributory to other people, okay, the why has to be about contribution to other people. You create value first, you contribute first, and then expect returns. You will get extraordinary returns. That big why is what will help you make your business go to the next level. And you need to start communicating that. What business am I into? I'm into sales training, coaching. But if I start telling people I'm Monish Nair, I'm into sales training, coaching, I'm here to train you, nobody cares. But if I tell you, boss, I can help you achieve your business grow. Boss, I can help you convert your sales inquiries and improve your conversion ratio so that you make more money and achieve your goal and buy the dream house. If I tell my customers, boss, you wanted to become a public listed company by putting a sales team and improving on their skills, putting systems and processes, you can reach up that ladder fast. If I can help them do that, not only talk, but actually help them do that, then my goals are automatically achieved. And that is what my guru Zig Ziglar says. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Aapka business, aapka product, aapka solution, you please build it around contribution. Why are you in this business? What do you want to create an impact? What should people remember you and your business for? What is the legacy? It starts from that. These are big talks. but it actually filters down into value creation when you sit across a customer and talk to him. Honestly, when I talk to a customer, the first thing I say is, I help small businesses become big, and I am here to help you achieve your goals. You forget about the price and all. What is the goal you want to achieve? So whenever you want to create value, number one, note this down, establish your credibility, how you have helped people achieve their goals. You have to build stories, case studies, and testimonials about this. Let customers talk how good you are. You stop talking about how good you are. Okay. Second, deep dive into the customer's interest. What does the customer really want? What is the biggest pain point? Why doesn't he sleep at night? What is the big issue? It is not just a requirement. See, I have a customer who's into making material handling equipments. He makes these scissor lifts called Nandan GSE, one of my best and biggest clients. Okay, they are just selling metal at the end of the day. But when they sell with value, passion, and their only purpose is to provide safety to the customer. The only purpose is to provide productivity to the customer. So when they talk, when the salesperson talks to the customer, he's not saying कि मैं आपको scissor lift भेज रहा हूँ 2 ton 3 ton. He's talking, sir, आपका जो labor है, worker है, how can we help him become more safe in his work environment? Let us talk about that. Let us see how we can reduce your time, reduce your cost in your operations. Can we help you become better as a organization in your management of your logistics? So he's talking about the customer's pain point. Deep dive in that and you will create value. Provide confidence ki I will solve your problems. Give them the capability, the technical knowledge. Give them solutions, not only talks. Okay, give solution to the problem. When you do all this, trust is created, value is created. If you don't do all this, then you have to keep calling and ask, sir, kya hua? Kab tak batayenge? When will you let us know? Sir, is there any problem? You will keep following up till you become old and die. So the ladder of customer loyalty, you have to help a prospect become your customer, which means do that transaction once, then help them grow and keep coming back to you because you have created value. If you give a bad product, bad service, they're not come back. They're not going to come back to you. One upset customer will help you lose 10 more customers. And one happy customer will get you 100 more customers. My entire business is 100% based on references. I don't promote or market. My customers market. Why? Because we create value, we create results. To help the customer get results, they will keep giving you references and they'll keep coming back to you. The next level, ये तो सब कर लेते हैं ना, everybody is at this level. The next level is your client becomes your biggest supporter. He starts talking about your business like his business when he's giving references. He's your biggest fan. And then they become your advocates. तुम्हारे लिए लड़ेंगे वो. They will get you contracts. They will create business opportunities for you. That is the level at which my clients are working right now, ladies and gentlemen. I work with pharma machinery, I work with material handling, I work with turnkey solutions, I work with chemical traders, and I am seen my customers do this for their customers. It is possible. This is not big talks. And the level at which you can place, you can choose. Do you want to be a quotation peddler? Quotation le lo, quotation. You want to sell quotations and wait for customers to come back? You want to become a little improved version, a salesman? Or you have a choice to become a regular vendor, repeated business, and the best level is to be a preferred partner. Matlab, the customer doesn't give inquiry to anybody else but to you first. This you can do through consultative selling. And the ultimate way, which will take a few years, it's not easy, is to become a trusted advisor, which means anytime there is a problem, he comes to you. Anytime he needs an advice, he comes to you. Anytime there is a personal issue, he comes to you. That is a level of relationship, trust, capability, confidence the customer has in you. So quickly, last slide, 9 essential skills if you want to be extremely good as a consultative salesperson. Number 1, finding out the customer's needs, prospecting, gathering information, getting the key people. What is the decision making unit? Who are the key people? Who are the gatekeepers? Who are the decision makers? Who are the influencers? कौन है जो तुम्हारा गेम बिगाड़ सकता है? कौन है जो तुम्हारा गेम बना सकता है? Who are the supporters? Who are the coach? Who are all the key directors? Who are all the key managers? Do I know them? Do they know me? Have I met them? Have I created an impact and value to them before quotation? See, before quotation, the more research you do, the lesser objections you will have after quotation. 60% of success lies before quotation. You don't have to be a bol bachchan. You don't have to be a great communicator. You just have to be a sharpshooter. Ask a question, shut up, listen, write down, give a solution. That's it. Prospecting, looking out for the right target audience. Second, rapport building. Rapport building does not mean talking about cricket and the weather. Rapport building means telling the customer your big why and asking them, what is your big pain point, sir? What do you want to solve? How can I help you? You tell me, sir. What are your expectations? Tell me, sir. What are the failures you've had in the past with similar vendors? Tell me, sir. Tell me the good experiences. Tell me, sir. Tell me, you already have a vendor. Fantastic. Tell me the good points, sir. Let me adapt. Why don't you share some business with me also and test me and create a backup for your vendor? Build rapport by talking with your heart. Stop talking from here. Money, money, money. Probe. Ask a lot of questions. Ask questions about situation, about problems. Ask questions ki sir ye problem solve nahi hua. If the problem is not solved, what is the effects? What is the effect of not solving the problem? What is the consequence if you get a bad vendor? What is the consequence if you get a bad product? What is the consequence if your problem is not solved? What is the cost? What is the time? What is the loss? उसको ना ऐसा picture दिखेगा future का. Oh my God, what if I do a bad decision? And then they will come back to you. Now, boss, you tell me what to do. The moment the customer says, you tell me what to do, it means he completely trusts you. Now, your quotation will not be sabotaged by discount requests. He will pay a premium, but make sure that you are the vendor for him. You are the supplier. You are the service provider. Because now he starts trusting you, starts building relationship with you, and he expects you to solve his problem. So probe a lot, go deep dive, ask a lot of questions, prepare your questions before you go. Don't sit there, look at his face and decide what to ask. And when he's talking, listen, write down. Be technically absolutely great at your job. Okay, just asking all this doesn't help. You need to create solutions technically. Understand, read on buyer psychology, work on your psychology skills. What are the different types of personalities? There are extroverts, there are introverts. Extroverts behave differently. Introvert customers will be very analytical. They want to see your solution in numbers. Return on time kitna, return on effort kitna, return on investment kitna, what is the cost? What is the cost of acquisition? What is the long-term cost of maintenance? What is the operational cost? What is the capital cost? They want to see the calculation. Who? Introverts. Extroverts want you to be friendly and talk it out your heart with them. Can you adapt as per the buyer? Start learning psychology. Start learning NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Most important skill is negotiation and closing. Can you close orders? Can you ask for an order? I have seen many salespeople waiting for customer to call back. Sir, वो बोले मेरे को phone करेंगे. कभी तक रुकेगा? No, he said our price is high. So what did you tell him back? Is price the only reason why you will buy, sir? I am sure you are more concerned about your problem actually getting solved. What if you have a bad decision, sir? Or what if you have a bad vendor? What will be the consequence, sir? जो लोग टेंडर बिजनेस में है ना, I will tell you one very good story. One of my clients was L2. His competitor won the tender L1. Okay, the government, it was a government tender. Then after giving the tender, they realized that the L1 does not have the financial capability or the technical expertise to process the order. It was, the tender was again retendered and the order went to L2. So even government agencies today have become a little bit aware about whom to work with. Although there is a draconian old process, but still they realize that L1 को ही order देना ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. It can be retendered. You can create value through demos. You can create value. So start working on how you can help the customer see the impact of a bad, cheap decision. You become their teacher. Nothing wrong in that. And eventually you need to know how to have that relationship, human emotional connect. Don't only talk money, 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 transaction, transaction, transaction. Go to that personal level. Sir, how are your kids? Right? How's your health? Get into that. I hope you're not stressing yourself too much. Finally, solution building. If all this you do and your solution doesn't work, all this won't work. So I hope your solutions also work. So ladies and gentlemen, that was the content today about consultative sales selling. It is an ocean. It is an ocean, and there is a lot more. There is a lot more that I can share with you for sure. So definitely get in touch with me. My website, my YouTube channel is here. You can log in here, subscribe to this channel. A lot of videos there. You can go to my website, mapledreams.in. I have an online course called Sales Manthan Foundation. 4 hours of hardcore content on consultative selling. So if you and your team really want to change the way and the approach, I am available. You can visit, connect with me. Of course, you can go to my YouTube channel. You can go to my website and buy that course. It is value for money for sure. You can close a lot of deals worth crores of rupees with just a small investment. So I thank Mr. Ravi. I thank Edge CRM for having me here. I have been, I tried my best to cover maximum content, but this is usually a 2 days workshop called Sales Manthan that I run. So all of you are welcome to that as well. Get in touch with me on my website for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You all rock. And I want all of you to make a lot of money, but most importantly, create value and you will get back money. All right. So thank you. And as my punchline says, make things happen. Don't wait for things to happen. Make things happen. Thank you so much. So
Wow,
do we have a
such an
Q&A?
insightful session.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure everyone will take something positive from this webinar. Now we would like to take queries from the audience. So if anybody has any questions they would like to ask our speaker, they can unmute themselves and go ahead.
Sure. Yes, I would love to talk to you all. Any questions, any thoughts you want to share? That would be great. Go ahead, please. I'm open to thoughts, suggestions, and questions. Sorry, I can't hear. Is somebody talking? Am I audible now? You are very faintly. I'll try to hear you also. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So, how biased should a salesperson be? Should he be tilted towards purely customer-based oriented or customer-oriented person, or should he be company-oriented person? Okay, my company should not lose, or should he be a balanced guy? So, is there any mantra?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. So my boss, on the first day of my job told me 17 years back that the customer first buys the salesperson, then he buys the company, and then he buys the product. Unfortunately, most salespeople keep the product first and they hide behind it. So, sir, your question is very valid. Yes, it has to be always a balanced approach, but a salesman must work on his skills first, irrespective of how great the company or the product is. I keep telling people कि कोई भी company ये उसके logo से बनती है, logo से नहीं बनती. It is not made out of logo, but by the people. So the quality of the salesperson is quintessential. It is the most important. And he needs to have that balanced approach, but keep working on his skills. I hope I have understood your question from whatever I heard and I have replied. Or else, of course, you can get in touch with me. We can talk on this. Yes, more questions, please. Yes, Mr. Anil Singh. Yes, you are raising your hand. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good
Uh,
evening.
Sir, actually, the means I'm running a startup. It's just 8-month old startup, and my tech background is moreover the technical. So I am good in technical side, but it's like I'm lacking in somewhere with making a sales team, a good sales team, or making a sales from myself also. So can you advise something where to start with? I never did any sales before. Uh, I did few sales for this company during last 8 months, but it's more over like based on personal rapport.
Hire me. No. So the first thing that you need to work on is understanding what is your product and service differentiation. What exactly do you do as a startup?
Actually, we do a KYC based product for broking companies.
Okay, so it's a service.
It's a kind of service. It's a kind of API. They need to integrate AI based API, and
And
they
there are
get
more
benefits.
players like you.
Yes, so many.
What is unique about you?
It's not about unique about me. It's like moreover, I have very good customer base. It's like because my partner is good in sales, and we have a good customer base.
Are they happy?
No, they are happy, but it's like some customer are direct customer, some customer are through the channel partner.
Okay. So the first thing that you need to do is be very clear why people are buying from you, whoever is buying from you. Because do a survey, okay? Because
Okay.
that will give you a pattern of what people are looking for in you and why do they keep coming back to you. And that pattern becomes your strategy. That is a gap in the market which you are filling. Even though there are hundreds of telephone mobile shops on your street, but you keep going to the same guy again and again. So it can be either the product or the delivery system or the service or the people presentation of your company. These are the 4 things: product, service, delivery system, or the people. What is unique about you that nobody else does? Build that as your USP, start marketing that to your customer base, start doing more reference based business.
Okay.
And of course, you need to work on your closing and negotiation based on these kind of deals that you work with. So once I get to know more about your business, I can be able to fine tune what exactly is your USP that you can start pitching more. So create a model basically.
Is there any kind of framework there?
No, every business is unique, sir. Don't go for frameworks.
Okay.
Don't go for frameworks because copy paste doesn't help. It only helps to start. It won't help you to reach the destination.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yes. Bobby says business model is important. He agrees with me. Yeah. Somebody asked if an organization, Karthikeyan is saying, if an organization is policy is to win deals quickly, how does consultative selling be applied effectively? What is the quickly sales cycle, Karthikeyan? How quickly? I have never said that consultative selling is a slow process. Yes, you need patience, but you can create the same impact in a short period of time by being more prepared, having all your questions in place, doing research, and the same amount of time you would take in product selling can be done through consultative selling. There is no such rule that consultative selling has to be slow. That is my answer to you. Yes,
Okay,
Mr.
thank
Rahul
you.
Thakur, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. I am audible.
Yes.
Yeah, sir. My question is that I am working in the software industry, and I have quite a lot of experience of sales. But my the scenario has changed. Now I am selling the services of software, so I have to reach customers. So to sell my to show my product through LinkedIn or through Gmail. So it's quite a lot of tough for me to explain a lot of things to customers, and sometimes customer did not respond to me. So is it any new idea so can I can reach customers, many lot of customers through mails and LinkedIn messages, so I can get a reply from quickly reply from them.
Whom are you targeting?
I'm targeting a service industry. So for example, insurance, financial institutions, and banks.
Okay. At what level are you targeting?
The level
Position,
is
designation.
yeah, of, IT officers in banks and insurance companies.
What do you tell them in your mail or in your call about yourself?
I explain my companies, what kind of products we have, and
Give me your
explain
pitch.
what solution.
Give me your pitch.
I don't have a pitch. First of all I mail to them,
What
and
is your mail?
then they reply. I did not have in front of me, so just you can give me 1 minute. I can explain.
Yeah, please, you can read it out. So I'll come to what I'm trying to get into. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So the content has to be contextual.
Okay.
What we do is we make one introductory mail and sell to everybody.
Yes.
Dear sir, we only change the name there through our software, and the content is the
Okay.
same. It is not contextual to the person, to the company you're talking to. So when you say BFSI, to everybody, all the banking, you will send the same type of mail. Okay.
Okay.
All insurance, you will send the same type of mail. But you understand something. You are dealing with unique human beings in each of these organizations.
Yes.
So research about that human being.
Okay.
Make contextual content for the mail for that company. Research a little
Okay.
bit and include that part of their history, that part of their current situation in the mail. So if I
Okay.
am writing to Axis Bank, I will write something specific to
Okay.
Axis Bank, knowing the system
Okay.
of Axis Bank.
Okay.
And those kind of mails, those kind of calls will get better response, because the number one thing about human beings is they love personalization.
Yeah, it's
People
right.
love personalization. So if you talk to
Yes.
me by researching about me already and tell me, hi Monish, I have seen your videos on YouTube. I think you are wonderful, but I would like to suggest you 1, 2, 3 things in your website and how you can make it more customer friendly. So can we have a talk about this tomorrow? Is tomorrow 11 or 11:30 okay with you? Suddenly you created an impact. What if you had taken a few photos from my website? I'm just saying, okay, if you are a website guy. Or
Okay.
you can tell me, okay, Monish, you are in the sales service business. Do you have a CRM software to create an impact for your customers and have a
Okay.
parallel level of revenue? So you have customized your product to me. That is consultative selling.
Okay, okay, sir.
You got it?
Okay. Yeah, it's quite a unique idea. So I have research more about it and do it. Start doing it. Okay,
Yes.
sir. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yes. Yes. Who else? Anybody else I have not answered? Mr. Anil Singh, I have answered, right? Okay. Miss Beenal, you have asked me how to sell online. What are you selling? What do you sell? Tell me what do you sell? I'll tell you how to sell online. Hello? Okay. Vinayak says, can you please explain difference between sales and marketing? Marketing is the big umbrella, sales comes under it. Marketing is about letting people know you exist. The biggest enemy of business is customers don't know who you are. Your target audience doesn't know that you exist. That's your biggest enemy, obscurity. And marketing helps to go out and reach through various activities: advertising, personal selling, public relations, direct sales, online selling, social media. So selling is actual conversion of leads into revenue, right? Into actual income, not revenue, actual income. But marketing is about creating that awareness and making people at least explore. What do? You will get that first call. Okay, anybody else? All right, I think those are the questions. Thank you so much, everybody. Wonderful talking to all of you.
Well, CRM is an absolute need and CRM. If anyone is interested in a free demo or free trial of HCRM, you can find the link in the chat box and book your appointment. I request you all to fill the feedback form. The link is in the chat box. Also, do write your thoughts about today's event on LinkedIn by tagging Monish Sir and HCRM. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us today. We appreciate you all being here. This is your host, Anaya, signing off. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. There's a link for my course if you are interested in the chat box. Thank you so much.